Rebecca ended up I ended up working with Rebecca more on that one, and me and Rebecca hit it off right away. She was awesome, and I could just tell the way that she was talking to me. It was like so friendly and so nice, and obviously Rebecca's the nicest person that we know, that we can all say that. But she was just genuine, and I remember I think it was either the walkthrough or right before we were going to close, and I told her, I said, look, if Riley's hiring, I just threw it out there because I was a lone wolf. I was by myself at a brokerage that will not be named, and I was unhappy. I was already thinking about maybe even a career change, because like that was my first year where I was doing well and I felt comfortable earning what I was earning, but I was still like contemplating like, okay, is this long term? Is this something that I can do long term for me and for my family? I knew I was getting married. We were, we wanted to move to the Gables, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I need to have something that I feel more stable at. And I just connected with that. And I remember meeting with Riley for the first time when we actually met, and we started discovering that we have a very similar thought process and mindset. And, it's still a goal of his and of our teams is like, we want to hit $1 billion in sales. And from day one, I said, I'm in, show me the Mountain Everest. That's what he did. He put a picture of Mount Everest in front of me. And we're going there. That's where we're headed. And I'm excited to be a part of this. Rebecca was the entry point, right?
She was the bridge.
She was the bridge. And then I sat next to Rebecca for that first year, and obviously it didn't take me a year to figure it out. Like the feeling and the vibe of that clubhouse feel and the family that we created in there, you could just tell it was like something that you don't find anywhere else. And where I left, the brokerage I left, it was just like, okay, here's a space that if it's open, you can sit here, don't talk to anybody. I go in, and literally the only time I'd go in the office is when I needed to print something out, and that was the complete opposite here. I wanted to go to the office. I wanted to see Amy and Koki and you and Riley and Rebecca and Liz. I wanted to be around that. I wanted it because it really did become that family outside of my home. That was you said it, collaboration. For me, that was like one of the things that I noticed right away. Everybody wanted to help. It wasn't like, oh, it's this new agent,
No
it's
egos.
like, who's this guy, there were no egos. And that was something that was awesome. And also, walking into the office, there's a different character in every cubicle and where we were sitting, and it's just like, okay, so like we don't need to be these cookie cutter people. We can be ourselves.
And we all don't need to be the same.
Right.
And we all don't have to do the same process. Like we're selling the same thing, but I can do it my way, you can do it your way, you can do it your way.
Right. There's still competitiveness amongst us, but it's also, but we want each other and the team to succeed. And that's what makes this team so successful, in my opinion, is that Anna sells another house, Amy sells a house, and it's something that we celebrate. And I think we're on a group chat, and that group chat is ringing off the hook every day. I had to mute it, but I still check it every day because it's always something that you're like, oh my goodness, look at this. And then there's 40 messages from every single agent for the most part, giving some type of comment, some type of like, and it just shows. And I think it's super important. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but for the new agents to see that,
it's huge.
But what people don't understand is to get to the finish line or to get to the contract. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Right? And I think, we all experience it. So when we see someone else in the group have that success, sell that big property or finally sell the listing they've had forever, it's just a natural thing. You want to give them a little pat on the back or congratulations.
Exactly.
And I think we're unique in that respect, right?
Sure.
I don't think most teams are that way, right? Most teams are almost all out for themselves, out for the leader, and it's not collaborative and supportive like we are.
Another part of that is that we all sell different things. We're all kind of in different markets. We all have different price points, but what does that do? That strengthens you as an individual because you have the outlet of saying, oh, I know somebody that does Sunny Isles. Oh, I know somebody that does Coconut Grove. Oh, I know somebody that does Palmetto Bay. Oh, I know somebody that literally cold calls everybody and anybody and like it can get you into any off market. Like, being able to leverage that vibe and that friendship and that family is something that is invaluable, and that's why it really does make something that seems so plain and easy on paper, but it really does make it special behind closed doors.